We have new APS board member Janelle Astorga. Executive Director of the Office of Innovation, Francesca Verplu. Our most favorite and cherished CNM employee, Diane Craig. And our counselor, Miss Yesenia Beltran. Again, Vice President of Education and Learning, which is Dr. Colon. CNM Senior Director of P20 Strategic Education Partnerships, Jennifer McDonald. So with that, we do things a little differently here at CCHS, as we do all things differently. And we are going to have our first of two student speakers, and I would like to invite to the podium Stephanie Moreno.
Hello, my fellow classmates, faculty, parents, and esteemed guests. I was number 72, the last number called in the lottery. Not only was I the only one from my friend group chosen, but I was chosen from all the students that applied from Grant Middle School. Back in December, Mr. Krause asked me to go to Grant to recruit students for next school year. I decided to go help and recruit and tell all the students from Grant all about CCHS by showing off all my success and telling them my story of how I got in. My teachers from Grant were impressed to know that I have done so much in the time of being in CCHS. Thinking back, I'm glad that I was the last number, just because I was able to experience and do so much in the time in CCHS. The point of coming to CCHS is to get an associate's degree or certificate, and most of us here today earn a diploma or title. We are even walking that stage next week to be recognized for our hard work at CNM. Thanks to that hard work, some of us are ready to join the workforce, and some of us are already on their way to a 4-year degree. Coming to CCHS, I was able to accomplish so many things that I wouldn't have accomplished in a different school. Not only did I earn my degree and certificate, but it opened many opportunities, such as being able to shadow a doctor, accomplishing my phlebotomy certification at the age of 17 years old, the youngest student there, and graduating from high school and college at a very young age. Earning my phlebotomies at high school has been a goal of mine since starting at CCHS. When I did the course of phlebotomy, I learned how about being determined for a goal makes you want that goal even more. My goal was accomplished. I could start working at a hospital as a phlebotomist, aka vampire. Being a certified vampire has many perks, such as waking up early to do morning draws and not having enough sleep. While I could get a job as a phlebotomist, I'm excited to start my journey as a pre-med at the University of New Mexico, and I'm already halfway done with earning my bachelor's degree. When I tell people that I go to CCHS, they tell me they wouldn't be thinking about college at the age of 17. They would be going out and having fun. Most of my college professors or college friends are surprised when I tell my actual age. My college chemistry professor once told me that when you start growing up, you no longer celebrate your birthday because you're too focused with school or at work. That means you're an adult. It's too early to start to be an adult. We should celebrate today. High school was totally not like High School Musical. We didn't focus on dancing. We focused on passing CNM. We are the last class to survive high school during the pandemic. We ended the 8th grade year online. Do we know how to end things? But now, we are able to walk this stage together and end this chapter of high school. Starting high school is a challenge for most of us. Starting high school online was a challenge. Starting high school in the pandemic and learning about our new school and how it worked, getting the hang of it online was very challenging. Being in online learning, our routine was wake up, go into your class, do homework, all of your comfort of your own home. Did you know that we even took field trips online? Well, we did it, or at least we tried, as we learned about going to space and heard court cases, all from the lonely comforts of our own home. Most of my classmates here today didn't get to experience our freshman year physically together, but we did come to school in our sophomore year, and a few joined us in our junior year and even in our senior year. Most of us got to know each other and learn from each other throughout the years. We became friends. Some of us didn't get to know each other as well due to either being in the morning or an afternoon schedule. At the end of the day, however, we're graduating here together. Classmates, as we grow up, our goals begin to become reality. When you feel at your lowest point, just remember that you're able to accomplish way more than you think. Coming to CCHS also brought me friendships that will last a lifetime. Coming back to school after the pandemic, I will never forget having a chance to meet my friends at the same table based on our last names. Remembering all of our memories we have done throughout high school will always stick with me, and I hope we continue to make more memories. First of all, thank you to our staff and faculty. If they weren't part of CCHS, we wouldn't be walking our stage here today. To all of our teachers, making sure we weren't burned out from CNM and from high school, checking in with us either weekly or monthly, and making sure by the end of the day we graduate with our degree. On a personal side note, I would like to thank our Senate sponsors for helping us out and making sure that our Senate experience was great and that we had an awesome prom. Thank you also to our parents. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to get to school the first couple of years. Our parents are for sure part of our journey of graduating from CCHS. They encourage us and support all of our dreams. Mi querida familia, ustedes me han apoyado en cada etapa que he cumplido. Cuando yo estaba haciendo mi certificación de Phlebotomy, ustedes me apoyaron para poder cumplir mi sueño de tener mi certificación. Que siempre he dado gracias a Dios por tener unos padres que me apoyan y ayudan para que mis sueños sean realidad. Los quiero a todos. One last thing I would like to note, Chadwick Boseman said, whatever you choose for your career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. We have done so many things since coming to the school. We have faced many struggles along the way, and they have shaped us for a purpose. I'm proud to call you guys my classmates. Once a Night Wolf, always a Night Wolf. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Everyone, I'm Yesenia Beltran. I'm the counselor here at CCHS. Parents, friends, members of the CCHS community, I believe you will agree with me when I say that we have so much to be proud of with the graduating class of 2024. Of our graduating seniors, 57 out of 61 will be attending a 4- or 2-year higher education institution. All of these students have already earned several college credits and some an associate's degree and/or certificate. Our students are well ahead of their peers in attaining a post-secondary degree. Our seniors will be representing CCHS at the following colleges and universities across the U.S. and state this fall. Graduates, please stand when your school is announced. Arizona State University. Central New Mexico Community College. New Mexico State University. New Mexico Tech University. Northern Arizona University. Texas Tech University. The University of Arizona. The University of New Mexico. University of California, Santa Cruz. And University of Oregon. Congratulations, graduates. Our graduating seniors have excelled in academics and areas of special talents, earning them many scholarship opportunities. In total, the CCHS class of 2024 has been offered a record-breaking $3.3 million in scholarship money. Now that's something to be proud of, class of 2024. For the 47 graduating seniors who will be attending a New Mexico State public institution, they will be qualifying for over $2.2 million in first semester state lottery and opportunity scholarship money. We have many students who've been offered institutional and private scholarships, and some of our students are still waiting to hear back about specific awards, including the CNM Summer Scholarship for our seniors who will be persisting toward their CNM degree this summer. Thank you, CNM partners, for your financial support of our students. Graduates, if you have been offered a scholarship from any of the named scholarship sources, please stand. Arizona Excellence Award. California College of the Creative Arts Achievement Award. CNM General Scholarship. I know we have a few of those in here. Direct Admission Scholarship. Minds Move Mountains Scholarship. Northern New Mexico College Northern Bridge. New Mexico Tech Copper Scholarship. New Mexico Tech Silver Scholarship. NMSU 1888 Leadership Award. NMSU Crimson Success. NMSU Hadley Honors. Texas Tech Freshman Merit Scholarship. UC Santa Cruz Undergraduate Dean's Award. UNM Achievers. UNM Bridge to Success. UNM National Hispanic Scholars. UNM Regents. UNM Scholars. UNM Success Grant. UNM Woodward Scholarship. UO Excellence Scholarship. And the WUI Blue Scholarship. Congratulations, class of 2024, on your scholarship awards and all of your accomplishments. I'm so proud of every single one of you. Next, we'll be hearing from our CNM advisor, Diane Craig, who will be presenting CNM class accomplishments.
Thank you, Mrs. Patran, for sharing such amazing accomplishments and awards earned by the class of 2024. As the CNM academic advisor on campus, I have had the privilege of working with your graduates as they learned how to navigate their way through college for the first time. I am honored to have been a part of their college journeys. I would now like to recognize all of our dual graduates. More than half of you are graduating today with your high school diploma and either an associate's degree or certificate from CNM. Seniors, please stand up and remain standing to be recognized if you have completed a degree or certificate at CNM. Good job! Students, you have achieved the CCHS mission, dual graduation. We are proud of you and congratulate you. You may now be seated. Nice. In addition to graduating from CNM, 9 of the seniors who are leaving CCHS with a certificate or a degree will graduate with honors by achieving a cumulative CNM GPA of a 3.6 to a 3.9. And 2 of our seniors are on track to graduate with highest honors, achieving a 4.0 cumulative CNM GPA. So congratulations to those of you. I would also like to give a shout out to those students that will be staying at CNM this summer to finish their certificate or degree. This summer, we have 9 seniors who are on track to finish their degree or certificate. You chose to give up your summer once again and finish what you came here to do. So kudos to you. Lastly, I know that many of these accomplishments would not have been possible without the support and sacrifices made at home. Thank you to all of the families for letting me help guide your students to this great accomplishment. I know there are many more to come. Now, Mr. Krause will present senior special recognitions at CCHS.
Thank you, Ms. Craig. I'm Matt Krause. I'm the assistant principal, and I might be a little biased, but I do think we're the best high school in the state of New Mexico. I'm proud to be here. Many of today's graduating seniors have been recognized for academic achievement and community service with cords and stoles to wear with their caps and gowns. And we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge these accomplishments. First up, members of our Mexican-American student group, MECHA, wear the Sarape sash to represent culture and group membership. Would the CCHS MECHA members please stand? Light blue cords are worn by our school leaders and our CCHS Senate. Would the members of the CCHS Senate please stand to be recognized? Purple cords are worn by the students who designed and put together the 2023-2024 CCHS yearbook. Would the yearbook representatives please stand? Sam did it all by herself. Good job, Sam. Blue and gold cords are worn by students in our National Honor Society chapter. These seniors must have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher and be in good academic standing at CNM. Would members of the CCHS National Honor Society please stand? At College and Career High School, we are unique in that we do not have a valedictorian or salutatorian. Instead, just like CNM, we recognize students with honors and highest honors. Gold cords are worn by students graduating with honors and highest honors. Students with a high school GPA of 3.6 to 3.99 who are graduating with honors, please stand to be recognized when your name is called. Nayeli Alexandria Pena. Rayleigh Cano. Jonah Casillas. Nicole Chavez. Liliana Balber. Samantha Garcia. Gabriela Gonzalez. Ashlyn Hasdra. Diego Hernandez. Isaiah Olguin. Santiago Rivera. And last but certainly not least, Ricardo Rosales. Students with a high school GPA of 4.0 or above who are graduating with the highest honors, please stand when your name is called. Jade Kiki. Tatiana Peralta. And Brandon White. CCHS would also like to recognize a few individuals with outstanding achievements. Fatima Andrade Franco, Galea Anguiano, Mariane Coto Ramos, Janelle Martinez have all earned the New Mexico Bilingual Seal and the Bilingual Global Seal. Will you guys please rise so we can applaud you? The College Board National Hispanic Recognition Award is given to Hispanic or Latinx students with a GPA of 3.5 or higher and a high PSAT score. For the 2023 year, Nicole Chavez, Janelle Martinez, and Santiago Rivera received this recognition. Please stand. And for the 2024 year, Samantha Garcia is a recipient of this award. And finally, CCHS has a special award for students who have attended our school every year from 9th grade to 12th grade. It's only our second year doing this. We call this the Luna Award, and this is given to students who made the brave decision to embark on a mission that less than 1% of other high school students across the country dare to attempt, which is dual graduation. If you have the Luna pin, please stand. And now, please join me in welcoming our second student speaker to the podium, Mariana Orozco.
Is my mic on? Sorry, just making sure I wasn't muted. Those are the words class of 2024 heard frequently from our teachers and peers as we started high school. We are known as the COVID group since our journey at college and career began virtually. Our entire first year was completed online, which meant some days we were working out in our rooms and other days we were going on field trips while sitting in our living rooms. Although we met virtually, that didn't stop us from creating bonds that will last even after high school. The bond we share was brought together by the realities of being dual credit students. If there is one thing we all learned, it is that telling people we are high school students taking college classes is way more fun than actually being a high school student taking college classes. Yes, being a dual credit student means we are graduating with our associates at the same time we are graduating from high school. It also means we find comfort when our classmate tells us that they also haven't started Mr. Hauser's family tree project that was assigned a month ago. Because we were working on our TNM classes. It is evident that a small class all working towards the same goal allows there to be a strong sense of community, not only among each other, but also with our teachers. I can confidently say the best classrooms I've sat in have been led by the teachers you see here today. Our school motto is, we turn dreams into degrees. Today, that is proven to be true. Our teachers and staff have worked above and beyond to ensure each and every student was given the resources needed to succeed in whatever path they decided to take. And for that, we are truly grateful. I mean, think about it. Our teachers faced a huge task upon them. They were asked to take in 75 students who had graduated middle school online and teach them the skills necessary to be successful college students throughout the upcoming years. We students also faced a huge task. We were required to turn on our cameras and show our faces. Staring at yourself in the corner of the screen for hours suddenly makes you aware of things about yourself you would have not noticed otherwise. The best thing I noticed about all of us sitting in those Zoom calls was that we shared the same determination. No matter how difficult it was to stay on track and feel motivated, we managed to do it. I believe these experiences of COVID at CCHS have made us a group of students who are uniquely prepared to adapt to any circumstance thrown our way. Starting high school and college in the middle of a world pandemic taught us life skills we will continue to use as our academic journeys continue. While that includes technology skills and academic skills, the most valuable skill we learned is to make the best out of what you are given. You know what they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, we are experts in making lemonade. As this journey is coming to an end, I begin to think of my favorite quote that comes from the 1868 classic novel, Little Women. Meg March, the eldest out of the March sisters, states, "Just because my dreams are different than yours doesn't mean they're unimportant." We have a variety of dreams on this stage. We were supposed to be on stage, but we're down here now. So, some want to work in the medical field, from technicians to surgeons. Others want to enter the workforce and use their new welding and nail technician certifications. I decided to pursue an associate's in sociology because of my personal experiences. they have inspired a passion for the field of social work. However, this wasn't always an easy answer. I remember feeling scared when I was first asked to pick a major at the age of 15 because 1, I am very indecisive, and 2, commitment is a scary thing. Luckily, majors can be changed. I changed my major a couple of times as I gained a clearer sense of my dreams. Back then, I questioned what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. I felt discouraged at times because it felt like everyone else around me had it figured out. Now I can look back at those moments of uncertainty and appreciate them because they have led me to where I am today. I realize now that the faculty at College and Career make it their mission to not only help us accomplish our dreams, but to also help us discover what those dreams are. To the families and friends in the audience, you too have helped us get where we are today. No, literally, you were our transportation for at least a year before we got our provisional license, so thanks for that. All jokes aside, having support systems throughout all 4 years was a major source of encouragement during the times when graduation felt so far away. Many of you joining us today have been a huge inspiration for us as we make the best out of what we have been given. Your dreams and your sacrifices have supported and motivated us. I would like to give a special thanks to my mom and dad for always believing in me. Mamá y papá, estoy muy agradecida por todos sus sacrificios y por siempre creer en mí. Los quiero mucho. All of us graduates will begin a new chapter in our lives where we will cross different stages. And I don't just mean the ones we walk on, like the one here today. We will face new stages in life and we will chase new and different dreams. Hopefully we won't experience another pandemic, but we will certainly have the opportunity to make the most out of what we are given. Those stages will look different for all of us, but they are all equally important and we are all equally able to overcome them. We have shown ourselves that it is possible to accomplish anything we set our minds to. When times of uncertainty and questioning cross our paths, we will persevere because in the end, they shape us to be who we are today. Even when life gives us the sourest lemons, we will make the sweetest lemonade. And with that, I would like to end by saying, congratulations to the class of 2024. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Mariana. Good job. So we also have a tradition of giving awards that recognize students with outstanding achievements at CNM, students with admirable levels of grit and determination, students who have demonstrated leadership in and out of the classroom, and students who have inspired the staff, the CCHS staff themselves. These students will be presented a special white cord and will be asked to approach the podium to receive their award. So these are teacher awards that the staff votes on. So the first one is the actual Teacher's Award, and that's given by the CCHS faculty to recognize student, or in this case students, who consistently showed a positive attitude in the classroom. This year's recipients are Tatiana Peralta and Fatima Andrade Franco. The Outstanding Growth Award goes to the student who has demonstrated the most growth during their 4 years at CCHS. That's a new category this year. Jonah Casillas is this year's winner. The Character Counts Award goes to a student who demonstrates outstanding character and exemplifies one or more of the following 6 pillars of character: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Ricardo Rosales is this year's winner. The Spirit of CCHS Award is given to seniors who have best demonstrated character and grit in pursuit of their academic excellence and who have best exemplified the CCHS mission to develop independent, confident, and self-reliant students. We have 2 recipients this year, and they are Jade Kiki and Mariana Orozco. The Leadership Award is given annually to those students who best demonstrate strong leadership skills, academic excellence, and exceptional character in and out of the classroom. Audrey Paniagua is this year's winner. The School Spirit Award recognizes students who maintain a positive attitude throughout the year, stay cheerful in the face of adversity, and consistently brighten our day. This year's recipient is Stephanie Moreno. And finally, the dual graduation mission is to the student who best fulfilled the mission of CCHS, which is dual graduation. And this award is given to the graduate who has done the most to fulfill that mission. Samantha Garcia has earned a total of 5 degrees and certificates from CNM, and she is this year's winner. What's that? Again, they were supposed to be on the stage. One more round of applause, please, for these students. All right, we're approaching the end of our ceremony, but before we do, we also want to recognize one of our staff members. Lisa Mulroy, will you come up here, please? So Miss Mulroy will be retiring at the end of the year. She's one of the last OGs of CCHS. She's one of the original staff members. She's been with us for 11 years. I think those students who she has worked with, you know, when I say this, it's true. A lot of teachers say they will do anything for their students. Very few of them actually would do anything. Miss Mulroy is one of those teachers that would literally do anything for her students. We have all witnessed as staff members Miss Mulroy go above and beyond her job duties to ensure all of her students passed their classes and had everything they needed to be successful. Literally hundreds of CCHS students over the past 11 years would not have graduated without all of Miss Mulroy's work. So it's our honor to give Miss Mulroy as a retirement gift the Heart of CCHS Award. Let's give Miss Mulroy a big round of applause. All right, guys, we're almost at that moment where your name's about to be called. Before I turn the mic over to Miss Cavazos, I do want to tell you my 10-year-old said today when it was graduation, she said, "Are you going to miss the seniors? Are you sad?" And I said, "I am sad. This has been a great class, but it's also in terms that she understood from The Lion King. I'm like, it's the circle of life. Like the seniors leave and we get new freshmen. So there's something really, really cool about that as being an educator. But you guys really have been a great class. I told you guys when I went into the senior room earlier, for the most part, low drama with you guys. You've taken care of your business. I think you guys have really served our mission well. And when I tell people about CCHS and what we do, and like this ceremony, you guys hear this, I think a lot of people think you are perfect little teenagers. Having worked in the front office for the last 3 years, we know that's not true, right? But I actually think that makes what you guys did more impressive because not very few of you are leaving CCHS undefeated, right? You guys have all had bumps along the journey. But what made you guys get to this moment is you were persistent and you kept going. So as you guys start your next journey, trying to reach your next college and career goals, I hope you guys remember progress over perfection. That's what got you guys here. So keep making progress over perfection. And yes, I will miss you guys, but I wish you a lifetime of health and happiness.
All right. Now is the time we have all been waiting for, but I would like to first invite Board Member Janelle Astorga to the podium to join me. Ms. Astorga, I am pleased to present the CCHS Class of 2024. These students have met all of the graduation requirements as set forth by the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, along with the New Mexico Public Education Department. And to you, I present the College and Career High School Class of 2024.
On behalf of the Albuquerque Public Schools Board of Education, we accept this 2024 graduating class of College and Career High School. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ready, graduates? Hiyam Al-Alwan. Nayeli Alexandre Peña. Fatima Andrade Franco. Galilea Anguiano. Caleb Aragon. Sanaya Arias. Shadrach Ball. Josué Barrientos Porras. Eli Bass. Aaron Bornias. Miguel Burciaga Rocha. Kailia Cadena. Rayleigh Cano. Jonah Casillas. Nicole Chavez. Mariane Coto Ramos. Trip Dulce. Isabella Elam. Yire Esquivel. Liliana Favre. Jose Fonseca. Janine Garcia. Samantha Garcia. Gabriela Gonzalez. Hunter Green. Ashlyn Hasdra. Diego Hernandez. Kennedy Hill. Manuel Iturralde. Aiden Jones.
Tyler Keeney. Jade Kiki. Marisa Lente. Andres Lueres. Micah Madrid. Amaya Martinez. Janelle Martinez. Nathan Mayer. Miriam Montilango. Gunnar Montoya. Stephanie Moreno. Isaiah Olguin. Aaliyah Olivares. Mariana Orozco. Audrey Paniagua. Tatiana Peralta. Sierra Paredo. Haley Ray. Axel Rico Quiroga. Santiago Rivera. Kenya Rodriguez Salas. Ricardo Rosales. Adriana Sanchez. Destiny Smith. Aurelius Torres. David Valle. Kayla Van Landingham. Jade Villegas. Brandon White. And JD Zamora Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the college and career high school class of 2024. Thank you all for joining us today for this celebration. I promised a few parents 2 weeks ago that it didn't matter the location or the time of this ceremony, but rather that I would do everything I could to make sure that we honored this class for their accomplishments. I hope I have met that promise. Thank you. Thank you. As you have heard from the speeches before me, today's celebration is not just about a high school diploma, which is a monumental achievement in and of itself, but it's about how these students have managed to accomplish so much more. Whether they started 4 years ago as a freshman or joined us senior year, all of them have started their future successes by earning college credits. For those of you who were able to reach the ultimate goal in completing a program, thank you for committing to and living our mission. For those of you who are transferring, having already impacted your college transcripts, thank you for letting CCHS be part of your ongoing journey. I have no doubt that this class, who has overcome a pandemic year online, who didn't experience any field trips until yesterday, and conquered college courses while earning their high school diploma, will go on to accomplish great things, become great people, and impact future generations. Congratulations, class of 2024. Graduates, please stand. At this time, would you please move your tassel from the right to the left? This concludes our ceremony. Thank you for being with us today. You will be meeting your graduates in the parking lot as they will be taking a group picture here in the back. Thank you very much, class of 2024. Oh, thank you.